We got players to pick. Players to pick. All right. Fun game. All right. We are going to pick New York Jets players all around the league, and put them back in the Gotham green. Should be a fun time. All right. We got 5 over here, 5 over there. It's a draft, baby. It's draft day. Someone call Kevin Costner, because that's what day it is today. Right here, right now, is Boy Green meets Wudi.
Can you guys help us get a Jet chant here? Yeah, going.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Come on in.
Yeah.
Okay, go!
J-E-T-S, Jets! Let's go! J-E-T-S, Jets! Let's go! There you go, Wudi!
Third Party Thursday.
Chris joining us here on the program with a capital P here on the program.
Jake Asman, come on down. How you doing, good sir?
Wow, what an intro. I mean, Boy Green is known for having the intro, but Wudi, that was unreal, man. Thanks for the kind words, son.
We are men of many names.
My favorite Austrian Jets fan right there, baby.
Boy Green
Meets Wudi. Welcome to another episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. It is your boy James Wudi. You already know we are Wudi, rocking everywhere. Right here, you know this man well. He is the boy who became king, Mr. Paul Esden Jr. And I gotta say, we are having a special draft. You know, as you guys know, this is, the dead zone. Hey, come on now. Clear. We are alive right now, baby. All right, we are alive. We are well. We about to play this game. We are about to draft some former Jet players. Believe it or not, I have some news. I watched Draft Day in preparation for this show. Can't lie, wasn't really impressed.
That doesn't surprise me.
Well, how you doing, my good sir?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, Woody. How you doing? Pal?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. Yeah, make sure you hydrate up. That's an important step, especially with this heat wave coming through. Good work.
Yes. We got some exciting things to talk about. You already know. Shout out to everybody out here already live in the comments. We got a good discussion ahead.
That we do. Shout out to we got several Boy Green Coffee Club members I can see in here. J Boy, Gang Green Catskills, Terrence Hill, Badshaw, and the only non-Boy Green Coffee Club member in here I see is BMAC, which, hey, Roger's saying it will be his last season today. As much as we'd like to do a top 5 on Aaron Rodgers' random-ass quotes on a Pat McAfee show, that's not today's theme from what I understand, Woody.
Wouldn't have even brought up the name. Like I said, I've been tired of talking about it for quite some time.
Well, I'm sure we won't talk about it ever again before the season, so that should be a doozy.
All right, well, do you want to get us started?
And I think for simplicity's sake, Wudi, so we don't do all this snake draft business, I imagine the best way to do it is just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 as we're going through this. So we should probably explain the rules for the people. So please go ahead. This was your idea.
1, 2, 1, 2. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay.
Well, if you want to go snake draft, I'm fine with that. You've just complained about that in the past.
You're here plotting. The man changing the rules of the game. Just on air. That's Boy Green. You're slithering. You're slithering out here. But anyway. No, the game is simple. It's just former Jet players that are playing right now. So that means we're taking them as they are in 2025. As a matter of fact, the main reason why I even thought about this was because I really cannot understand how there are so many people that want Jamal Adams back as a New York Jet.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't get it. He has not been good for years. Like it's been years since his last non-terrible season. So that led me to think, well, what former Jets would I like to have back in 2025 because they are good right now. And that's how we got here. That's how we got here. So now we got a draft, a whole bunch of players, former Jets still in the league doing their thing, some performing way better than others. And, we about to get Team Wudi, Team Boy Green.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay. Yes, yes, we are. We are. Sorry. Yeah. Yes. Yes, we'll do a draft here. That's true. And for folks that I initially got thrown off when Woody explained it, because I said, legends, Curtis Martin, Joe Klecko, all of these guys, and those guys will not be a part of this list. Again, just to reiterate what Woody said, because I think it's worth saying twice. This will be a fantasy draft, and we'll establish in a second whether or not this is a snake draft or whatever going forward here in a second. But what we're attempting to do here, what we're attempting to do on the show is to just pick some of those players that are currently still playing in the league right now, that have some former Jets tie somewhere or another. Could be a draft pick, could be UDFA. It doesn't matter how they were on. As long as they had a cup of coffee on the New York Jets, they are eligible here. So actually, I will throw it back here to you, Woody, just to make sure we establish before we go forward is whatever draft way we do it, whether it's a fixed order or it's a snake draft order, we're each going to get our 5 guys here. So you tell me, I see J Boy here says, how is Boy Green going to cheat the list this time? So before we even start, let's establish the ground rules of this exercise. So please, Woody, you tell me.
Chat. I mean, we can live by democracy. There's been a lot of discussion about democracy lately. Chat, what do you guys feel? You want to do a snake draft? And you can even say who you want to have the first pick.
Sure, that works too. Yeah, interact. Yeah,
we don't have a perfect way, so we can do that. I'm checking the old folks on the James Wudi Instagram for votes. We got no votes for now.
Republic, not a democracy. Yeah, so please let us know in the comment section which you would prefer as we're doing this list, whichever the case. Again, if we do obviously snake draft, if someone gets the first overall pick or fixed, either way, they get a distinct advantage. Fixed more so because it's 1-2-1-2 the entire way. But the snake draft, you get back-to-back, so you can get some advantages. Here we go. People are saying we should just change it completely. 7 players, 7 rounds, go. All right.
Mr. Bradshaw, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
I disagree.
I did dominate the last debate, so we can give BG this pity first, and then we'll snake from there. Sounds good.
Okay, snakes. All right, you're gonna get belly to belly here. So I've got a list of former Jets players.
sorry.
Yeah.
Sharon. Hey, shout out Sharon. You already know, one of my faves, always and forever.
But here's the good news for you, Sharon. You say you always miss the start of the show. We're 8 minutes in, we haven't even started. So, I mean, quite frankly, you didn't miss anything. You could just sort of routinely work that into your Boy Green Meets Woody calendar that eventually we'll get to the topic at hand. So, beautiful. So, shout out Sharon. We're about to start this fantasy draft action here. I've got 22 players on my big board. 22. Now, you may say, Paul, that seems a little over the top because if we just go 5-5, they're all different. Only 10 players will be required, but, over prepare, baby. Aaron Glenn gave me a message before this fantasy draft. He said, compete. And I said, I don't know what that means specifically for this, but he kept saying compete. So that's where I'm going here. So let me evaluate my big board here. First overall, who's the player I just don't want to lose? I want to make sure that I get this guy on my roster. And I'm not even sure if he's on your radar, so I could potentially wait on this guy, but I don't want to lose him. So I'm just going to cash this in. And by the way, are we doing 5-5 or are you listening to J-Boy 7-7 here, Woody?
We'll start with 5. We'll start with 5.
We'll start with 5 and go from there. Beautiful. So with my first overall pick in this fantasy draft of former Jet players I add as currently constructed, The Washington Commanders' very own Frankie Louvu, an absolute Swiss Army knife on the defensive side of the ball. He was here with the Jets. And as a matter of fact, the thing that, I know a lot of the former Jets are around the league, but the thing that sparked this is CJ Mosley retired last week. We did a show on it, Woody. And CJ Mosley's deflected pick six that he got like on his first play of his Jets career, he got into the end zone. And one of the players that immediately hugged him from his teammate side was Frankie Louvu. I'm like, oh, yeah, Frankie Louvu, baby. He's obviously he has developed into something he was never with the Jets, a dynamic pass rusher. He can cover. He can do it all. So he's just too important to me, an important piece. I'd add him right now to this team. This Jets defense would go from wherever they are to a much higher level. Yeah, I'm going to lock in Frankie Louvu with the number 1 overall pick.
That is, he's a fantastic player, only 28 years old, was just voted to the second All-Pro this past season. When I texted Boyd Green about this, and, he was confused, all-time, current, we said, okay, current. Yeah. He brought up, Mario Davis.
I brought some good names.
CJ Mosley. And I was like, damn, this dude thinking about some old men, man. I'm about to get Frankie Louvu, and he's gonna be like, "What?" But didn't happen.
Yes. Nice. Okay.
That was you have to do all that. But all right, here we go. Number 1 overall pick is about to gotta prove Mr. Bradshaw wrong. Let's do it. I get to pick like 1 and 2, so
correct.
I guess it doesn't really matter who I say.
I guess that's a good point. Should I should I just hit it twice then?
No, because I am going to specifically say
all right,
somebody first.
All right,
and it's out of respect for this position. This is a very important position, one that I always focus on. And I, have tried to emphasize when I give my analysis for the games.
All right.
And this season, unfortunately, we're coming off a terrible year at this position. Yeah, you can try to, bring in some people who have never played in the NFL before, but give me somebody I know. Number 1 overall pick. Stone Cold Steve Austin Seibert to the New York Jets. The James Wudi Jets.
Wow.
Let's go.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. All right, there you go. After all the kicking stuff, he was on the team last year. That's true. Okay, lock that in. Wow. All right. Getting kicker off the board. Nice. Okay, that's creative. I like it. All right.
And then number 2. Give me somebody who I never really wanted off the team. But, Joe Douglas does what Joe Douglas does. And, he made a lot of trades, got a lot of things back. Fine. But at this point, the game is won and lost in the trenches. So give me some trench warfare, somebody who embarrassed us last year, rightfully so, because he's a fantastic player. Give me our guy, another dominant Williams on the defensive side of the ball. Of course, we're talking about Big Leonard Williams. Come on down.
That's a great pick. I won't lie. I didn't even have Seibert on my big board, but Leonard Williams, I certainly did. All right. Old Leo, someone that Charles Davis, my good buddy, Sir Charles Davis of the NFL Network, compared to Merlin Olsen. You don't get a lot of those old school references on drafts anymore. Leonard Williams. I think a lot of Jet fans are like, man, this guy's just a pressure guy when he was here with the Jets. Actually, I have an autograph signed Leo Ball back at the house. Very nice. But I think we took him for granted. And to see what he's sort of blossomed into has been spectacular. So a great pick, Wudi. I can't lie. Seibert, a Stone Cold Seibert with all our kicking issues. That's something worth mentioning, no doubt about it. But I think Leo was a great pick there. Nice selection, my friend. Very nice.
Appreciate it. Now the ball is back in your court.
Now I got a discount double check opportunity myself. Very interesting. Well, I guess the guy I just got to go with. Let me just make sure I secure my guy. I'm going to go with none other than John Franklin Myers, baby, of Denver. And he's coming off the best year of his career with the Broncos. He's still playing spectacular. I thought when you started your little diatribe there of like, oh boy, I wish Joe Douglas wanted to trade him. I'm like, yep, I feel you. And you're going through. And then you said we got some nice picks. I'm like, a 6th-round pick you think is a nice pick? Wudi, what tree bark are you smoking? And I'm like, oh, I know who he's talking about now, who he got a much better return on investment for. But JFM, he'd fit beautifully with what this team is. We're leaning defense early on this Boy Green team here. You know, defense wins championships, things of that nature. So going JFM here. Again, he's coming off a career year with the old Denver Broncos. I would have loved to see that career year with the Jets last year, Woody. Would have loved to see it.
Yeah, I mean, my board is much smaller. But he is on my board. I definitely wasn't mad. If you recall, the debut of these blue scissors was about Laken Tomlinson. But it came back time and time again for JFM's bloated contract. I hated his contract. So I wasn't even really that mad when he was gone. But given how things have transpired since, you can come on back, JFM. Welcome back, man.
Okay, well, we got to go with a belly-to-belly pick here. So, sorry, folks, there's no trade. Me and Woody did not work on a trade. Sorry, hit the wrong button there. This is a draft. I've submitted my pick, NFL. And no trade. Sorry for the false alarm out there in the audience. I'm going to go with a guy a little off the beaten path that some people may have forgotten about. Give me Blake Cashman of the Minnesota Vikings, man. Speed. When I played Madden, the old video game, I loved drafting Blake Cashman on my franchise team because he brought elite speed to the table. And everyone called him Blake Glassman, and he's always hurt, this and that. And we traded him for a bag of beans, similar to a JFM situation. We got a 6th or 7th, and we praised. I think it was Joe Douglas was the one who ended up trading Cashman. We praised him, saying, oh, wow, way to get anything for that bum. And then he looked good in Houston, and then he parlayed that he's a former Minnesota product, so he gets to go back home. Blake Cashman, he's fast. When he's healthy, and he's been healthy, he's been killing it. And some more linebackers, baby. I love it. Yeah, Blake Cashman, man. What a story, leaving the Jets and finding great success. I'm really happy for the young man. I'm going to put Blake Cashman on this list. He is a friggin' beast, baby.
Wow, it says a lot about how you feel about the existing linebackers that you in your top 3 picks.
We don't know what scheme we're running, so guess you don't know who's going to be on the field now, do you, Woody?
Well, poor Quincy, right? It's just nothing to you.
Well, he's in the last year of his deal, so who knows what his future is. So, I'm preparing for the present and future here.
Okay. Well, it's time for the next James Wudi pick. This is going to be a common theme. Started with Leonard Williams in terms of guys who, when they left, I was like, damn. I didn't want them to leave. So we're about to hear those back to back. I'll start with the more recent one. You guys have convinced yourselves, some of you, that maybe he wasn't that good anyway. But he is for damn sure way better than Brandon Stevens. Give me back DJ Reed. Come on.
Wow. Okay.
Come back. Hey, come on. I was wrong. And we just can't live without you. DJ Reed. Bring back that trio. That illustrious trio. They didn't have a coach last year for 12 games. Come on now. That's my 3rd pick. And my 4th pick. All right. Mr. Bradshaw, are you still here? I think he is. Don't get it twisted. the wager that's taking place on week 1 has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with how I feel about Aaron Rodgers. Never been a big fan. I just respect talent when I see it. But seeing the QB situation, and we all know I'm uncomfortable with it, I have some options here. I could choose that 41-year-old, 42-year-old, however old, we just know he's old as dirt QB. I could. I could choose Gino.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're going with someone else. Oh, okay.
But how in this scenario do I not make amends to the prince who was promised, Sam Darnold, who Joe Douglas looked his mother and father in the eye and said, I will protect you, and then shipped him off like he was nothing. All right. I'm telling you, I will bring it to the grave that I think the Saleh era would have gone significantly differently, when it was all said and done, if they kept Darnold, which it is on record. Mike LaFleur wanted to do that. They forced this other kid, I don't even remember his name, on them instead. And then, of course, Darnold, he has solid play in Carolina. Obviously, that didn't ultimately work out. And then, boom, all of a sudden, 35 touchdowns. MVP, a legitimate MVP candidate this past season. Give me Sam Darnold to help fix the floor in that QB room.
Well, you said it to me when I selected Blake Cashman, and you said some very mean and hurtful things that I would talk to my therapist about. You said that tells everybody how I feel about the linebacker room. Well, you take an old Sammy tells you how you feel about the Justin Fields room, although you've said plenty about the Justin Fields room in the last couple of weeks. So, interesting. Thought you were for sure going to go Rodgers. That would have been a great troll pick. It would have been a great troll pick. I would have really respected that. Yeah, I would have.
Well, it's about winning. It's not about trolling. Never has been.
Well, I'm sure that's not true. Boy, oh boy, I got a nice big board here. A lot of players still on the board. A lot of players still on this board. All right, let's go with the fan favorite. We got belly to belly here. I'm going to go with the fatty himself, Foley Fatukasi, the former UConn product who was with the Jets for the first 4 years of his career, was a team captain, and we're like, oh, baby, this is our guy, Foloranzo Fatukasi. And then he goes on a big money deal to Jacksonville, doesn't really work out, bounces to Houston, was a free agent this offseason, goes back to Houston, unfortunately for Jet fans. But, hey, I get the power to presto. Sorry, Foley. You're back here with the Jets, baby. So, yeah, let me go with Foley, add some more Brutus beefcake to the trench warfare up front. Let me get some Foley Fatukasi action. James Wudi.
Yeah, that's not horrible.
All right, that's
I know we definitely wanted him a little bit like a few years ago to come back. Since not coming back, he's been pretty average. So now we're not, really talking about him as much. So if he were added, to me, it would be like more of the same, But you already got JFM, so yeah. So now you're just creating that depth. I see you all about the depth. You just double dip in every position. Okay, you out here. All right, do your thing, boy Green. You out here building up that bench. Woo!
Wudi. What an interesting guy you are, Wudi. What a very interesting guy. All right, I'll do it. This might upset some people. Give me Devontae Adams. I'll take it back. That might not be good for Garrett Wilson's fantasy impact, but geez, hello. Look at this wide receiver room, baby. Devontae, I know you said things are going to be different with the Rams, and you said, hey, if we suck on the Rams, I guess it was me, not the Jets or Raiders. We'll see what happens there, but let's bring your ass right back. Beep, beep, beep. Let's reverse that thing right to the Jets, baby. I'll take Devontae Adams. Give me DA.
Obviously, Devontae is a fantastic player. He showed that he still has plenty left in the tank. Sure. For the Rams, I think he's huge. Mm-hmm. So as a Jet, Obviously, he would be. That would be a good thing. I didn't choose him, right? 'Cause I could have chosen him just out of respect. I know he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want to catch passes from Justin Fields. So, just let him enjoy having a tremendously talented quarterback in Matthew Stafford in LA. But yeah, no, of course, yeah, you can bring him over here, and then he would be, complaining just like Jimmy G. That's fine.
Hey, real quick. So that was a beautiful soliloquy you just gave on Devontae Adams come back to the Jets. What about Sam Darnold? I mean, he was a free agent. He could have come back to the Jets, and he told them to pack it, I believe.
Did he tell them to pack it?
Yeah, it sounds like a direct quote. I think that's Gary V. Gary V.
Gary V. Find me that quote. Find me that quote. Boy.
Yeah, Gary V., a personal friend of Sam Darnold, said he ain't coming back here, based on what I've heard. And I went, oh, well, okay, that'll do it. That's what Gary V says.
Yeah. Well, money talks. Not Gary. Devontae was already getting paid that money, and he was just not trying to waste the twilight of his career, over here. But it's fine. It's fine. Nice. Good job, Boy Green.
If you actually clapped, I didn't hear it. That didn't come over the mic. But if that was an imaginary clap, then the effect was there. Yeah.
I made contact, but I didn't want it to be too loud. But we got our last pick, the last pick for the Wudi team. So as you guys already know, I'm killing this draft. Like, it's actually been like murderous what we've accomplished so far. And with this last pick, we gonna do it. We're gonna do it big. You win, you lose this game in the trenches. All right. So why not go back to the trenches? We already been there before, but let's go back. Let's go back to the trenches. And get somebody who can help us. He can help us. All right. What did he do last year? He helped his team big time. They ended up winning the Super Bowl with the 5th pick. Give me Mekhi Becton. He can say in caps whatever he wants. All right. I am a whatever, right? Honestly, for the way our line is stacked up right now, I'll probably say.
Where's he playing? Are you getting the bench ready? What?
Yeah, I mean, is that not incredible depth? But no, I'm not even gonna lie. I'll probably kick Simpson to the bench. But
what?
Either way, that's a good problem to have. What?
He was their best offensive lineman last year.
No. Don't you ever besmirch the name of AVT.
AVT did not have a better year than John Simpson. Look at the numbers, man. What are you talking about?
What? Oh my! Slave to the numbers. AVT is him. John Simpson is good. I'm not saying he's not good. I'm not saying
you said he was to the bench. What do you mean you're not saying he's not good? You're 100%.
What, Derek? No. What are you talking about? So there's not good people on the bench? Did you not just draft bench players? What are you talking about?
There's no great players on my bench. There might be good players. Come on, Becton.
John Simpson's not a great player. Get out. A great player?
No.
You just said there's no great players. I'm saying good. John Simpson's good. He can sit his ass on the bench.
So Becton's better than John Simpson is what you're saying.
He could be. We'll see.
No, he could be. Is he not?
I am bringing him on the team so that they can compete in training camp. There we go.
Just benched him. Now you're competing? Oh, boy.
Compete.
Wow. Okay. That's an interesting one. Yeah. And talk about people who want to be here or don't want to be here. Where's Mekhi Becton on your list?
Yeah. No, he probably don't want to be here. That's fine. That's true. But he was good. He was what he did last year was impressive.
Okay. In Eagles land with the best offensive line coach in the country, and then all of a sudden he went to the Chargers.
Oh, come on now. You guys love the Jets coaching staff. We can coach, right? We coaching up Justin Fields. We're going to coach up everybody. So let's coach up this fat bastard.
Wow. Okay. So again, now that we've gotten to this point, are we fulfilling the J-Boy request, or are you cutting it off here?
I'm cutting it off. That's what I said. That was my last pick. That was my last
I know. I heard you literally say that, but earlier you're like, we'll see what happens when we get there.
Johnny Boy. Speak on it, Johnny Boy. Speak on it. Speak on it. Kiss the ring. Come on now.
Here's the thing. I think the real reason Wudi went with 5 years because Boy Green's fantasy draft board over here is a little deeper pool. I think Wudi and his GM scouting team have run out of names. I think that's why we're not pushing it any further.
Haven't run out of names, but like we said, or like I usually say, just right with the jerseys, Mr. 64 jerseys, it's all about quantity, and it's all about quality over quantity, right? It's all about quality over quantity. But you out here, I know you be doing the most.
I see. Okay. Well, interesting. So I guess we'll let the people share their thoughts. I'll give some shout outs since, we're not using any of these now. So I'll give a couple of shout outs to some Jets of yesteryear. Mike Pennell Jr., people forgot about him. He is a big defensive lineman that ended up going to the Chiefs, winning a couple of Super Bowls. Shout out to Mike Pennell, who's out there. Zach Wilson, Dolphins. Zach Wilson, Dolphins. Yeah. When you were evaluating all your quarterbacks, I noticed you didn't mention old Zachy.
You didn't mention Mike White, who was better than Zach. What are you talking about?
I don't have Michael White on this list.
Yeah, that's disrespect.
Yeah.
You have Zach, bro.
There you go. Javon Kinlaw on the Commanders. You mentioned my boy Lakin Tomlinson, good buddy of mine. Shout out to Lakin. He was on there. Speaking of kickers, Spencer Schrader, baby, who got stolen from us. He's now on the Colts. Give a pour one out for Spencer Schrader. He made this list. Hassan Reddick, pour one out for you, buddy. Jason Myers, the Pro Bowler. That's another kicker if you want to go in that direction. Ashton Davis, my boy. He's a safety on the Dolphins now. Demario Davis, I would have, but Woody was making fun of me, so all my linebacker picks, or Demario would have made this cut. Morgan Moses is all deaths. You mentioned Rodgers. Greg Van Roten, the Giants. GVR, baby. Vroom, vroom.
All right, so do you have a fifth pick?
Woody, I started the draft. I have my 5 already.
Oh my God, okay.
Come on, Woody, let's pay attention. Rest of class on
page
22,
who's your fifth again? Who's your fifth?
Okay, I'll just go through the whole 5. I don't want you to be confused, Woody. Frankie Luvu, John Franklin Myers, Foley Fatukasi, Devontae Adams, and Blake Cashman. Those are my 5.
Oh, yeah. I marked that. All right, just making sure. Woo! Wow, that was good job, Boy Green. Okay, we're gonna put that 5 up on the fridge.
Sure,
that's nice. But yeah, Demario Davis. Now he definitely should have. Yeah, I probably when you zigged with Luvu, I wasn't expecting you to pick Luvu earlier. I probably should have picked up Davis with that 5th pick. Like Bradshaw was saying, my bad, man, my bad, Bradshaw. But hey, we got an accomplished player. One who did improve the depth in one of the most important positions in football. So, you can't get too mad about that.
Yeah, the only reason that I ended up going with who I went with at this point is because of positions. If I was just trying to draft an all-star team, regardless of position, Demario would have been much higher on this list. Woody made fun of me, that old man Demario Davis, when we were texting about this topic list. I do want to give a shout out. It looks like, I think it's going to happen. Our boy Giovanni Williams here, Woody, sounds like he's going to be joining us on Thursday. He's watching the show right now. So shout out to Giovanni Williams. I know we were supposed to have him on last week. If I just received messages correctly, it looks like Giovanni should be joining us coming up on Thursday at 3:00. So exciting news there in the middle of the show.
Definitely. Hey, you already know. Got some nice things planned. Great discussion to our guy. I got another Williams. I'm talking about these Williams out here just making an impact on the defense. We got Gio, who's looking to do the exact same. And he's gonna be making an impact this Thursday, apparently. Hey, yeah, let's get it.
Absolutely. So shout out. I believe we're gonna have that locked in. I'll wrap up all those details after the show. That's something that developed live here on the program. Appreciate Giovanni Williams joining us in the comments section. But there you go, Woody. That wraps up the show.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We definitely have plenty of things to talk about, for these weeks. And as you heard, we got people to talk to these upcoming weeks. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, if you're watching the show, like on replay, let us know in the comments on YouTube who you would draft. All right, who who do you miss, man? Just come back to the squad. Because I won't lie, that was 3 out of my 5 picks were solely based on that. Like, damn, I didn't want them to ever leave. So please come back so I can stop crying. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. You already know it's nothing but love from us here.
That's for sure. Dude.